Hey guys, Psychotics here, back again with free to play to RTA. This is going to be episode 2. We just did 2-2 in adventure mode, so we just unlocked Free Spirit Tieria. So, wanted to do an episode here real quick, talk about. So, we want to make sure you're following this aspirants or aspiring adventures path all the way. And you also want to make sure you keep up with your Free Spirit Tieria one as well. So these are going to give you a lot of rewards. As you can see, you're going to get a level 70 equipment once you get her to 2-star Awaken, which is amazing. You're also going to get, through this, you're going to get a lot of Stigma rewards. And as you move on, you get even better gear, even better rewards. So you want to make sure you're following that. So just want to touch on that real quick. So if we open up our adventure mode, you can see where I'm at. We just did this. If you go back to episode 1, like I said, I just have one more place left. I have 0 thieves yet on this account, and I need it for the 3-star, and I don't want to waste time doing it and then having to come back and redo it, because I want to get all these regional rewards. It's going to give you sky stones and such, so you want to make sure you're 3-starring every zone in each episode. So we're gonna wait until we get a thief on that. Now that we got Free Spirit Tieria, we're gonna slot her into our team. So how we're gonna do that is we're going to put her in. Let's just go ahead and put her in instead of Ross. Now you might be saying, oh, but Ross is really good, you want to special change him. And that's true, but at the same time, we want our 2 Wyvern characters, and we want Tieria, because she's going to be our farmer, so she's going to be more important in the short term than Ross. And we want to keep a monster fodder leveling up. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and enter in. We're going to skip story, because feel free not to if you care about the story, but I've already done this, so this is our second time through, so I'm just going to skip the story. So yeah, you want to make sure you're getting your 2 stars leveled up, because you want to make sure you don't get fodder capped and have to go back and stop progressing through the story to farm fodder. As you want to reduce that, right? You don't want to keep having to go back and find fodder, because farming fodder slows you down. Make sure you're picking up chests. It does suck before you get your pets to do it automatically, so even though you have auto, you still want to make sure you're watching to make sure you don't miss any chests. Also hit the statues as well. You do get reputations for those, so it is worth picking those up, even though, you don't really need the health or the souls, because your team should be strong enough at this point that you can just push through. That's the big thing there, is make sure you're pushing through. You don't want to slow down your progression through episode 1, because you want to get to episode 2, unlock unrecorded history, and make sure you're pushing through, because you want to get your adventurer Ross. You want to keep pushing, getting the mullahs from 3-starring, and getting access to world will help you level fodder, and help you get your Wyvern team. Once you get a decent team together, it is worth stopping to do the side story. You can definitely do the side story without a decent team. You can rely on supports if you have friends that can support you, or you can just do it slowly through the rank 1 or rank 2 difficulties there. So we can go ahead and take a look at that real quick. I can now join a guild. That's fine. We don't hit. We just need to skip. It won't let me skip. Okay. Can we skip this? I don't want to pound a guild. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so now we're done with that. We can clear a spirit altar, because that's going to help progress our account. Like I said, you definitely want to follow the aspirant's path, because that'll push you in the right direction as far as your account. Spirit altars are pretty easy. I don't think you'll have any trouble pushing them once, like as long as you're level appropriate. So you just want to keep pushing through, running your account through content. As long as you're gaining experience, you're gaining value. That'll be great. So the more value you get from your account, or I'm sorry, the more value you get from your runs, the better in these early stages. Because the less you have to go back and redo coming up through the end game. Because you don't want to have to go back and three-star everything, right? You want to have that done. And that's going to be the hardest part about pushing adventure is keeping your account to the point where you can push through the adventure modes and still be able to run fodder and get all of these stars available, right? So we're going to hit that. I'm going to go back to lobby. All right. So we can, if we can awaken a hero, that's cool, but we don't have runes to awaken any. Well, we might. But I want to talk about the side story. So this one is an album one, which means you're going to be farming these resources. If you go ahead and enter here, we'll skip to the story so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, so each section of the story is going to have a farmable zone, and that's going to have difficulty levels. Early on, I guess you can't see it until you. Okay, anyways, early on, you're probably only going to be able to do normal or the next one up, which is fine. It's more efficient energy cost that way to begin with, but it is going to take more time because you're going to get less of these resources. So I would wait until you can clear it really fast. So I would just go ahead and do regular adventure until you can get to the point where you can clear one or two difficulties fairly efficiently. And the more efficient you can do it, the faster you can do it, the quicker you can get it done. So we can go ahead and promote our dog here. That's fine. And then we want to awaken something. So we have I think we have water runes that we can awaken. So let's go ahead and awaken Sigrid here. Sigrid is going to be our women character, so we don't want to waste resources, right? That's the key, is you don't want to waste your resources. Because you want to be efficient so that you can get to Wyvern and unlock RTA as soon as possible. So tutorials are annoying, but you just got to deal with them. So we got Sigrid Awakens. We got. Now we can go back, get our aspirant rewards. So that gives us a lot more ruins, and it gives us another dog. And now it wants us to do Labyrinth. So we're going to go ahead and go to Labyrinth real quick. It's important to note that for the newest Adventures Path, the one for max accounts, basically, you want to make sure you do your Labyrinth every day so that you can clear through Nixie's Sanctum for that. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck. You don't want to slack on that. I did that on my main, and it was a pain to go back through. It wastes time running through Labyrinth that I didn't get really rewards for until I got to that Adventurous Path. So make sure you're doing what you can. Do you want to explore everything as best you can? You have plenty of whatever this is called, mood, I guess, stamina. So just run through as far as you can, and then when you get stuck to the lowest stamina or mood or whatever you want to call it, then you go ahead and pour it out. Gives you decent experience, some friendship as well. So it's definitely good to do all that. And you get some good gear from these for early on. The Adventurer's Path gear definitely will trump the gear that you're gonna get, but that is fine because it'll allow you to gear up some side characters till you get to the real gear. So that's all you want to do with Labyrinth is get the gold chest when you can. Said you definitely want to hit those statues. So yeah. Keeping it on auto, just because it's easier. It's probably not as efficient. I'd probably clear this faster if I was manualing it, but you know, ease of practice, just auto it. It's not going to speed you up that much by doing it manually. You just got to make sure you hit the statues or chest. So, yeah, like I was talking about free Spirit Tieria in last episode, she comes with that free plus 15. So once you put some gear on her, get her up a level or two, she's going to start out damaging the rest of your characters because the skills are just going to give her way more damage on her abilities than you'll get from gear on any other character. And you don't want to waste molas on characters you don't want to use for either RTA or for farming Wyvern, at least early on. We're going to open up our gold chest. It's going to give some sky stones, which is great. And we're going to keep going on here. But that's definitely one of the things that I see a lot of people. Oh, we missed a statue. One of the things that I see a lot is wasted molas. I did that on my main when I was starting because I was new. And I put molas into characters that I didn't. And I still have molas on characters I don't even use. Which is a waste of resource. Especially molas. Like, they're so hard to get. So especially if you're free to play, you're not going to be getting the mola packs. That's even less. So you definitely want to focus on efficiency with your molas, efficiency with your gearing, and your energy spend. So we'll talk about energy and sky stones later, but definitely want to focus on, at least early on, is the adventure path and pushing through episode 1 and 2. You don't need to push through episode 3 very fast. Focus on episode 1, 2, and unrecorded history for that, because you're going to get more value out of those in episode 3. It's a lot harder. So you're going to need a lot better gear to do it efficiently. And it's honestly, the rewards are better in the unrecorded history in episode 2 for an early account. So we're going to finish up the labyrinth here. And so we went here. So we can camp here. So if we camp, we're still going to exit, but we want to camp here just to see, you know, we can do the camp for reputation purposes. The more camps you do, I'm sure there's a reputation for a certain number of camps in Labyrinth. I know there's special changes that you need to camp for, so I'm sure it's in the reputation as well. So that's the only reason why we're doing it here. And we can go and stop and clear here. So we comforted Aether, we got all that ancient coins, we got the gear. Alright. And we unlocked up area 2, which is nice. We still have more labyrinth tokens to go through, but we're going to wait on that. So it wants us to spend coins now. We can go and talk about the shop over here as well. So ignore the Stars Mirage because that's only limited time. Your normal, this is where you're going to get your Abyss token, your Labyrinth Compass, your Raid token. Energy from Sky Stones you can buy here, but and arena tickets, I wouldn't recommend doing those. I wouldn't recommend getting the Labyrinth from Sky Stones either. You're better off using your energy or your Sky Stones for energy. So we're going to go ahead and go through Labyrinth or Transmit Stones. You definitely want to try to get every week your Molagora when you're starting out. You want to get both of those. And you want to get your equipment conversion gem chest as well. And if you can, grab your ego fragment. Do not get your your Giga Phantasm. as a free-to-play account for sure, because your Mola, your Ego Fragment, and your gem selection chests are going to be way more important, and you won't be able to just spam summons to transmission for transmit stones. So, as far as gold transmits while we're here, for free-to-play account early on, I would recommend going for the 4 and 5 star ticket as opposed to the Galaxy Summon. The reasoning behind that is I think you'll get more value out of getting a guaranteed 4 or 5 star than you will from a Moonlight Summon, because you can get the 3 stars, and a lot of 3 stars aren't really that great. So that's why I would recommend that. Don't get the charms or anything here. The rest is just not worth it. Powder of Knowledge. You want to try to get your Bottle of Knowledge if you can. And if there's any artifacts in the shop that you need, grab them. But I wouldn't recommend getting the charms until you need them to level up something, because you'll get early on you'll get plenty of charms for your artifacts through just the quest. So I would wait until you get later in the game for that. Your friendship shop, as you get friendship points, make sure you're getting your energy and get your flags, and use them if you can. If not, it's fine. Now we're getting to conquests. I'm gonna skip ancient quests because we got to go back there. Make sure you're getting your Mola Seed every week. You may or may not be able to get any of the gear every season. Get what you can. Your Unknown Slate is probably worth getting, I would say, once per season if you can get up the Glory Crest and Conquest, whatever. It's going to give you a imprint on your 5 stars early on as a free to play. That's going to be great because you're going to have less summons, less 5 stars to go for. All right, so it wants us to spend our our coins here. We're just going to get some Greater Charm here. So that's going to give us our quest complete. And it wants us to enhance an equipment to level 6. Our best equipment is going to be this, so we're just going to try to get this to level 6. And that'll give it level 6. It kind of sucks doing it on that kind of gear, but it's fine. We can just use it to fodder into something that we actually want to level up, because we want to progress this, right? We don't want to sit on anything else. So that's it for this video. Just kind of min-maxing your early game here. It's definitely one area that you can improve your account very fast, is make sure you're not wasting resources early. So thanks for watching this one. Hope this was helpful. Give me a subscribe, a comment. Let me know any tips or tricks you guys might have. Put them in the comments down below, and let's keep the series going. Thanks for watching, everybody.